On Friday nights, Jennifer is one of the last people left in the office. She's going to fly to New York for the long weekend to spend Valentine's Day with her ex-boyfriend, so she sends him an email. She doesn't want to miss her flight, so she grabs some candy and leaves the office at the same time. Guy is also getting ready to go home from work. They end up waiting at the same time for the elevator. Jennifer goes to the 49th floor, and he goes to the 42nd floor to meet her there. Guy starts talking to her right away and making jokes. She replies, but she doesn't seem interested in talking. When the elevator stops all of a sudden, Guy shows her a drawing on the wall. He tries the keys and the alarm button, but neither work. Even though it looks like the electricity is still on in the elevator, Guy tries to open the door, which also doesn't work. They try to wave at the fully working camera, but no one waves back. Even worse, because they are 4 stories underground, none of their phones work. Jennifer wants to know where the building's security is because she's afraid she'll miss her flight. After 15 minutes, they try to get help by calling out and banging on the door, but no one hears them. Guy thinks there might be a way out, so she climbs awkwardly onto his shoulders and checks the ceiling of the elevator. She hurt her hand a little by hitting it, so he put her. After an hour, Jennifer realizes that she won't make her flight. Even when a guy makes jokes to make her feel better, she just curses everything and everyone. The trouble with that guy began as soon as he got on the elevator. Since Jennifer doesn't have any water in her thermos, a guy gives her his bottle, but they joke that they should open the wine he was carrying. Instead, they both laugh when they realize they have bottle openers in their bags. They don't open the bottle of wine, but she takes his, as something to make up for not having any real food. Jennifer shares some of the candy with the guys. She thinks they should save their food, though, because they might be stuck in the elevator until Tuesday. Jennifer has to go to the bathroom after 4 hours, but she doesn't want to because she's embarrassed. In Guy's face, he tells her to go to the corner and use his coat as a toilet. When she says she won't, he suggests she use her thermos. She tells him to shut his eyes and put his hands on his ears. Guy starts to sing, and she does too. Then she adds to the drawing on the wall of the elevator. Later, they play a game and start talking about things that are more personal. Guy tells her that he doesn't have anyone who will look for him because he's too focused on his job. Jennifer says that she doesn't change. She tells him that she wanted to surprise someone in New York, but he probably didn't even want her to come. That makes sense, so maybe they should open the wine and give it to her. They drink because they're not dead yet. Much later, they keep themselves busy by drawing and getting. Guy tells her that he had seen her in the office building before. He just didn't tell her because he didn't want to sound like he was stalking her and make her feel bad. He thought she would be hurt by it more than she was. She laughs about it, to be exact. When they're done, they show each other what they've drawn. Her picture of him looks more like a joke. Jennifer apologizes, then takes a picture of the drawing and says she'll use it as her profile picture if they both lie. Next, they talk about food, and since they're both hungry, she asks God to change the weather. He goes through a list of things, and she chooses to talk about making love. She then gets up, turns her camera on him, and asks where the dirtiest place is. Even though he's been in love before, he's a bit shy, so she tells him her story first. Jennifer tells him about a time in college when she and one of her ex-boyfriends slept together in a library. When it's the turn of the guys, he still doesn't want to tell his story because he doesn't think it's interesting. Jennifer tells him to get back together. Guy talks about a hot girl who wanted to hang out with him at a work picnic. He says they got drunk, got in the car, and she started taking off her clothes while he was driving. Guy acts strange and uncomfortable again, telling Jennifer that he got excited and had to stop. He says sorry because he thinks he went too far, but she says it's okay. Guy walks up to her awkwardly, kisses her, and then starts to take off her clothes. After the guy tells her he could fall in love with her, they make out in the elevator, but she gets away from him. Jennifer tells him that she wants to be with him again. So, she wanted to go to New York and surprise him there to make up with him and make things better. Unlike Guy, she thinks that even though their date was fun, they should just keep things casual because what she has with her ex is real. Jennifer tells him how she really feels and how her last relationship was. Guy, on the other hand, thinks that they got along and that her ex doesn't deserve her. She gets angry because it's clear she still loves him, and she tells Guy that when they get out of the elevator, they'll just go back to their separate places. Guy keeps saying that they were meant to be together, and he starts to cry because he feels alone. Even though they are all locked in a box together, something suddenly changes. Jennifer and he can both feel it. Guy starts to tell her what's really going on with him. He lied to her about his name and where he worked. The man tells her that he didn't just notice her, but that he saw her every day at work. He pulls out his phone and shows Jennifer's security photos of her, with dates and times written on them. He also has a video of her getting into the elevator. Jennifer is afraid. He tells her that he is the security guard for the building and gets angry when he says that people like him are never noticed. Even though he works at the front desk, she didn't recognize him. He thinks he knows her better than her ex and says he planned everything that happened that night. The man gets a key out of his pocket and opens the elevator. Jennifer can't believe what he did to her, so she says she'll call the police and he'll spend the rest of his life in jail. He doesn't like that, so he grabs her and they start fighting, with her flailing her legs. The elevator is broken by Jennifer. They keep fighting, and she hits him in the head with her shoe. Jennifer is afraid that she killed him, so she goes up to him to check. Suddenly, he jumps up and knocks her down. Both of them stay asleep in the elevator. When Jennifer wakes up after a while, the man is already awake. She asks why he did what he did. He said he wanted to get her away from everything so they could talk on a human level. He says that they didn't just go out on a date, but that they had a whole relationship over the weekend. Jennifer thinks he won't get away with it because someone will come to get them out of there. On Tuesday, Jennifer asks what he will do, and he says that he would rather kill her than go back to prison. He says that he never made her do anything against her will, but Jennifer says that he took her away. That makes him more and more angry. When he calms down, he opens the gift Jennifer got for her ex-boyfriend. He finds a shirt in a box. The guy puts on the shirt and tells Jennifer to open the rest of the present. When Jennifer opens the box, she sees cigars and the tools she needs to smoke them, like scissors and a lighter. He lights a cigar and talks to Jennifer some more, even telling her that all the nice gifts she gave her ex could have won him back. He tells her to have a happy Valentine's Day, which is kind of funny. Later, the guy tells Jennifer he's sorry for scaring her and asks her if they can be friends again. He asks for a second chance and tells her she doesn't have to answer right away. But, the guy says that the people in the travel ad playing in the elevator look happy to be with each other. He tells Jennifer that one day he will take her to the resort in the ad. He doesn't like how the elevator's neon light doesn't work, so he breaks it with Jennifer's thermos. The guy knows that at some point, the light bulbs under the ceiling panels will need to be changed. He thinks he can take that panel off and leave the elevator that way. Thought there as he used the thermos to break it open. Jennifer gets up to stand next to him. He asks Jennifer to help him get up there and promises to come back. But Jennifer thinks it would be easier if he helped her because she doesn't have enough strength to do it herself. He doesn't think she'll come back for him, and he thinks she'll call the police. Jennifer tells him everything he wants to hear and makes him want to help her. She climbs onto his shoulders and pulls him out of the elevator. The guy tells her where the ladder and the door are, and they are both happy that they finally got out. He gets mad when Jennifer turns around and gives him the middle finger. He finds a way out of the elevator as she climbs the ladder. The guy ties together two pieces of clothing and throws them over the beam of the elevator. Jennifer has already started to move toward the door. As he starts to climb, he tells her she should run because she's going to die now. Jennifer is almost to the door when he reaches her level and starts to follow her. When she opens the door, she yells for help. Then he grabs her and throws her and himself back into the elevator. Both of them fall asleep. Jennifer wakes up first and sees the fire sprinklers, thinking of a new way to get. She tries to set off the fire alarms by lighting a cigar, but she fails, so she starts a small fire instead. As the elevator gets full of smoke, the guy wakes up, and she punches him in the nose, breaking it. With a piece of clothing, Jennifer is able to hold him back. He tells her that the fire alarm won't go off and that they'll just get wet and electrocuted. Jennifer tells him she will hurt him very badly if he doesn't tell her everything he's done to her. She turns on her camera and records herself as she talks about what happened and what she knows about it. Jennifer points the camera at him and asks, "What's your real?" His name, he says, is John Deacons. John says that he meant for them to get stuck in the elevator. On Friday, he even drew the picture on the wall. When she wasn't looking, he used the key to stop the elevator. Jennifer gets him to admit that he was the one who put her in the elevator. John says that he set a trap for her and took her away. He tells the camera everything he did to her, from hitting her head on the ground to throwing her against the wall, because she keeps asking him questions. When Jennifer asks why, John says that all he wanted was if he had asked her out like everyone else, she would have said no. John tells her what he used to do before he started working as a security guard. He was a really hotshot accountant who worked for a big company. John tells her that the story he told about the girl in the car is true, but it didn't end the way he said it did. He missed his turn and drove right into a ravine. The car flipped over 7 times before a tree stopped it. The girl died instantly. John only got 6 months in prison because he could take care of himself. When he got out of prison, he was only able to get a job as a security guard. After a few months, he wanted to go back to being himself and feel it for a while. Jennifer is still not sure why he picked her. He says it's because she's so good. Even though it's Monday, they're still stuck. One of the other security guards knows that he takes his new girlfriend to the building to show her the roof. When they go inside, he looks for John, and when he doesn't find him, he checks the security monitors that he sees. John and Jennifer are stuck in the elevator, and someone has to wake them up. Jennifer begs him to take them away. He tells her he'll come down and get them while his girlfriend falls asleep on the couch. Eddie walks up to the elevator and uses a crowbar to open the doors. Jennifer wants to leave, but he tells her that he has to open the doors all the way first. John knocks her out of the blue. He tells Eddie he's there and gives John his keys. John tells him that it's not working, and Eddie says he'll get in there to help. He gets stuck in the elevator, and when John turns on the elevator and cuts him, he sees that something has happened inside. He knocks Jennifer out again and puts her in the trunk of his car. John goes back inside and throws Eddie's body and clothes away. He cleans himself up and puts on his uniform while slipping a cigar into his pocket. John deletes all of the videos from the security cameras when he gets to the front desk. Eddie's girlfriend wakes up and John kills her too. Then he throws her down as well. John gets in his car and drives Jennifer to a place where she won't be seen. He pours gas into a garbage can. John tells Jennifer he still likes her before he opens the trunk. He says it's too bad they can't be together. Jennifer acts like she's dead. And when John goes to the trash can, she hits him in the head, gets in the car, and drives away. She stops at one point. When Jennifer finds the lit cigar in the tray, she backs up the car and hits John, who is scared. She goes outside and sees him in the trash. Jennifer puts down the cigar and leaves. Then she throws the lit butt into the trash can where it starts to burn.